Human beings, we are famous for evolution, right? So we evolve over a period of time. So initially people eat whatever they used to get, and slowly you don't want to eat junk or something which is bad forever. That is when now people are more focused on the nutrition part of the food. Consumer feedback, when you are building something, you keep the customers in mind and build. A lot of times what people do, right? I'm a healthy home baker, I don't use sugar, I use only jaggery. Who decides what your customers want to eat. It is the customers who decides what they want to eat. My hometown, like 10 years ago, when somebody put shawarma for the first time, people used to go there because the town has not seen shawarma. The moment they see shawarma, oh, something is flame is something, chicken is getting flame grilled, people are slicing it, they're adding mayonnaise, they're rolling it, and it was fun. But today what can happen is, you can hire a shawarma master, I can hire a shawarma master, we both can open. You have a Coca-Cola, you have a tender coconut water. Coke sells a lot. You have a market cap for Coke. You cannot say that how much tender coconut water sells. That poor thing, every year only during summer it sells a lot, and it is completely unorganized, unstructured. So does it mean that Coke is healthy and tender coconut water is not healthy?
Hello, vanakkam makkale. Today we are going to talk about food business. We are joined in our studio by Mr. Karthikeyan Selvaraj. He is a food entrepreneur by himself, and he is also helping fellow food entrepreneurs to be successful. He is a coach, mentor for fellow food business owners across India. Welcome, Karthik.
Thank you, Chandru. I'm glad to join this podcast and share my thoughts and insights about the industry.
Sure, let's jump in, Karthik. As you know, let's start with the broader picture. Indian GDP is primarily driven by consumption, and food consumption is one of the major part of the consumption bucket. And today, I think I wanted to start with this recent market research report that got published early April. The report suggests that the food service business is going to kind of grow to 2.5x from 2026 to 2034 to roughly around $280 billion. So that's the growth potential that we are seeing in this food service business. As a food entrepreneur yourself, what are your thoughts? Can you kind of give us an helicopter view on this sector to our audience?
Yeah, in the past, eating outside used to be occasional, like anything like a birthday celebration, gathering, or something, or when people go out for movies and everything. It used to be occasional, but if we see in the last one decade, the way consumers consume food has drastically changed, and also the frequency got increased. That is because of the growth of aggregators, and they really changed the way India eats. So they made food becoming a convenient thing by making logistics convenient. So initially, if you have to go outside, you have to put a lot of effort. Like you have to dress up, you have to make up, and you have to take your vehicle, you have to book a table. There used to be a lot of things, but now, because aggregators made food step with a doorstep convenience, food delivery door with a doorstep convenience, it made very easy for people to order food more frequently. And also, if you see, previously you might have seen a lot of takeaway joints. Now you don't see a lot of takeaways as you used to see before, because now you don't have to take effort to go and pick up food, because you can take your phone, place the order, and do some other work. The order will reach the restaurant, the order will reach the delivery boy, and The delivery boy will take all the effort to go pick it up, irrespective of the weather, traffic. He'll come all the way. He will put a security gate pass and come 1.5 kilometers inside your society and take 20 floor lift and then ring the bell and you get your food. All at convenience. So, what means for aggregators like Swiggy and Zomato as growth is like they want consumers to eat as much as possible. I mean, in a day, in a start. I mean, initially it could have been in a month, then week, then in a day, and in a day maybe once in a day to maybe now they want you to order all 3 times a day. Because of, so aggregators really play a huge role in shaping up the industry and the growth of the industry and the consumption pattern of the consumers. So that is how we see growth. And as and when, I mean, one side when the economy is growing, when so many people are getting paid decently, then what will you do with that money? Obviously everything will evolve, right?
Yeah,
In
the
that
report also suggests that there is an increase
Yeah,
in disposable income, and that is
yeah,
attributed to the growth in the food service as well.
yeah.
As
And
mentioned.
food is something, if you have to buy a dress or something, imagine in a year, maybe thrice or 4 times you would buy birthday, Diwali, like that. If you have to buy a car, then you buy a car for maybe once in 7 years, 10 years, like that. So every commodity varies based on the use case, but food is something you eat every day, and when you have wider options available, you can keep experimenting, keep exploring different things, and once there is a change in the consumption pattern of the consumers, then obviously what will happen is like one cannot serve the same thing. I mean, if 10 people want to start business, they cannot start the same thing, then it's not going to be interesting for them or the market or the consumers. That is when they come up with something new. People travel somewhere abroad, they see something which is nice and they realize that's not in India, and they feel like, okay, what if I bring that to India, or what if I Indianize this and bring to India. So a lot of interesting thing happens when there are competitors. Then what happens? The good brands show up a lot and they heavily invest on marketing, and obviously all these things combinedly fuel the growth of the industry and also how people are eating. So
Yeah. The
the
consumer choices
aggregator,
and purchasing power is kind of
yeah,
helping the industry to fuel as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
And if you see, most of the time husband and wife, recently if you see, both are working, and once you have kids and everything, things become super complicated to husband and wife working and then cooking and then taking care of the kids. It's super complicated. So people are like, sometimes if they are so much stressed or burnt out, they want to take their phone order and, okay, my cooking is saved today, I eat from somewhere else. So this is how the frequency got increased. But human beings, we are famous for evolution, right? So we evolve over a period of time. So initially people eat whatever they used to get, and slowly you don't want to eat junk or something which is bad forever. That is when now people are more focused on the nutrition part of the food. Now people are focusing on guilt-free food, protein-driven food. Things are shaping up. I mean, maybe some years ago somebody might have claimed no, eating this many times outside is not good and all. So
Yeah,
first
we'll get
they
into that.
increased. Yeah.
We will get into that. Yeah. So, and also, I think there are two, three statistics that I wanted to bring up from this report.
Mm.
There is the next statistics on that. Dine-in restaurant, that is again contributing to 70% of the market. And what is more interesting is this is trying to grow at something like 9% in a yearly basis. On the contrary, the cloud kitchens, probably you know better than me, that is trying to grow at least as twice as this dining restaurant is. Maybe you can kind of give a flavor of what dine-in is, how cloud kitchen is coming along or catching up.
Yeah, so as I mentioned, dine-in restaurant comes with full experience. Like it comes with a complete package of hospitality. Like you don't go to a fine dine restaurant in a hurry because you want to chill, you want to relax, you want to get together, you want to hang out. So you plan it little prior, you book your tables, and your table is reserved for you. There is a receptionist who ensures that your table is blocked for you, and then the floor team, the service team, that ensures that your table is organized for you. And recent days there is a trend that they write your name on the table with a chalk piece to make you feel even more good. And these kind of experience you cannot have it every day in a week, because it's a lot of time and effort. And that is why it is more weekend centric. But cities like Bangalore, Mumbai and all, you see weekdays also people going eating. But mostly this is a kind of weekend experience, considering that most of the people who are working, for them Friday, Saturday, Sunday is the weekend. And uh, you need time to experience everything. You will take some time to see the menu, and then you will take time to place the order, and then they take time to prepare, and then it will be brought to you. So it's a experience which is time consuming, which makes it less frequent for you to experience, order and experience. Whereas on the other hand, uh, when I open my mobile, I see 1,000 restaurant listings. Let's say morning, and
You
ordering
can choose
food
one
need not.
restaurant for one food, like breakfast, one restaurant, and you can order
Exactly.
your choice. Yeah.
Yeah, so now previously I was thinking, okay, somebody, even if he is a hardcore eater, he or she can order thrice a day. But I feel you can even order more than thrice. I mean, I'm not saying you should order, but the possibility is there. Because morning, let's say you want to order a breakfast, English breakfast or South Indian breakfast or Indian breakfast, whatever you can order. And let's say quickly you can have a lunch, and let's say post lunch you can, let's say you want to try a cold press juice. Now you can order a cold press juice. You want a smoothie bar, you can order a smoothie bar. And if you're going to gym, you want a post workout smoothie or a protein bowl, you can order that. And again dinner. And now there are wide number of options, starting from caffeine, matcha, everything you can get. So the frequency is more because of the wide range of options that are available, which makes food delivery and cloud kitchens grow much faster. Need not be from a single brand, but if you see it from collectively from a category perspective, that makes cloud kitchens grow faster. Also, nowadays brands like established, even fine dine restaurant brands or cafe brands, they also come up with hybrid model. Like in a city they'll have 4 physical restaurants, but they'll have 10 other cloud kitchens. They, because
Yeah.
people already know this brand, they don't have to again invest 1 crore 2 crore capital to set up a full-fledged restaurant. So that makes it also, sometimes the restaurant industry, I mean the fine dine restaurant brands, that also complement to the growth of the cloud kitchen segment.
So yeah,
Yeah.
they have the capital. Instead of one restaurant, maybe they can put a couple of cloud kitchen in the
Yeah.
same capital, probably. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, example, where I live, like Bangalore, we see Meghana Foods, which is heavily popular for its boneless biryani. I think they have 4, 5 or 6 fine dine restaurants, but they have multiple cloud kitchens. Because they want, and whoever is going to order from Meghna Foods through Swiggy or Zomato, it doesn't matter whether it is coming from a restaurant or a cloud kitchen, because they are ordering from the brand, not from the business model. Same thing applies to truffles. I have seen they have few stores, but they are almost covering the city through delivery. So that is the reason you see a lot of growth for cloud kitchens and food delivery. And one more reason is India is the youngest population. Today we see in the world stage we are compared to a Germany or US, like India is much a younger population, and we are more digital centric, digital savvy oriented population. So we are naturally good consuming uh, digital applications and adapting to the digital conditions. So that all these circumstances are actually making it more suitable and favorable for cloud kitchens in India,
Mhm. Okay.
which is why
Yeah,
you are able to see all the
I
growth.
was yeah, I was talking to my friend yesterday or day before yesterday. He has kind of a capital to deploy, and he is interested also in getting into a food service industry. Maybe there are many people like that who are listening as well. So if somebody who wants to kind of jump into the industry as an first time entrepreneur or a food entrepreneur to be precise, what is a good starting point? What are the five things that you would suggest for anybody who wants to jump in?
Before anything, I feel if you want to get into food industry, you should have the mindset of longevity. That is the first thing I would say. Because magic doesn't happen overnight, and if it happens now, 7 or 8 out of every 10 wants to get into this industry, then there won't be a balance in the ecosystem. So this
Yeah,
industry will give you the throne, it is ready to give you the throne, but it will test you that whether you are capable enough to sit in the throne. Only few people can sit. If 60 people are studying in a classroom, only few guys make it to the top. If there are thousands of employees in an organization, only few people make it to the top management.
yeah, it's
There are
a
crores of
80-20 principle. Mm.
yeah. So there are crores of people in a party. Only few people make it to MLA, ministry, and then
Mm.
finally chief minister. All these things. Same thing applies to this industry also. If I have after studying so many brands, after talking to so many entrepreneurs, what I realized is the ones who really made it big in the industry have given good amount of years unconditional. So you should have the mindset to play it long. Whereas on the other hand, 80-85% of the people, especially if you see business model like a cloud kitchen, they fail because they think like I have capital to get into the business that qualifies me to win in the business. That's a complete wrong perception. Capital is one part of the business. You can make
Mm.
great food, that is just another part of the business. So merely having a capital will not make you win in this, or merely having a great recipe also wouldn't make you to win in this
Mhm.
industry. You should have the mindset to play it long. And when you are playing long, okay, that you can consider as the first point. And when you play it long, you cannot, let's say you are not succeeding, you cannot keep failing and say that I am playing it long. Obviously you will learn, right? You
Yeah,
cannot
yeah,
fail, and you cannot fail for 7 years. So you will
yes.
fail, and then you will find ways to ways for smaller
Improve, adapt.
breakthroughs. Yeah, smaller breakthroughs you will see, then you will again see some other challenge, then again you will fight it and find your another breakthrough until you get your biggest breakthrough and hit your sweet spot. You need to keep running. If I have to take my journey the last 8 years, initial 4 years I was in a job and I was running multiple kitchens with the family, like as a married guy with kid and everything. It was so terrible for me to balance everything. And
Yeah.
people in your family are not going to say that on your day one quit your job and get into the business. So I was able to. I was working and I was running the kitchens. And when you are in a teams meeting with your manager, guys will call and say, "Sir, pani block ho gaya. Plumber is asking 6,000. Send me 6,000." He's telling if you don't send money, he won't fix it. And I'm in a meeting with my manager. I was handling all this chaos. In 8 years of my business, first 4 years was juggling between both, and in the meantime, I had to go through 2 years of COVID, three waves of lockdown, night curfew, this, that, and all. In the middle, if a war happens somewhere, cooking oil price will go up, packaging price will go up, gas price will be doubled, and recently you see there is a gas shortage. So in your journey you will see multiple things, and if you're scared, like, okay, a lot of people even now ask me, Karthik, is this the right time to start business because gas problem is going on? Now it is gas problem, 6 months later it's going to be some other problem. This industry itself, one day onion will be 1 kg 10 rupee, maybe sometimes 1 kg 90 rupee. That also happens. So you should have the dynamic mindset to go through all these challenges. So one is longevity, I said. Another thing is like capability. So what happens is, now people think, I have 10 lakhs of money. I go to a restaurant and I see that transactions are crazily happening. Restaurant owners are making tons of money. So I see an opportunity in the market. So I feel like I put the capital, I take FSSI, I hire some random masters, keep some 200 item menu, and then from day after tomorrow my orders will come. It absolutely doesn't work like this. Especially in today's competitive environment, you see tier 1 has got its own heavy competition, tier 2 also is competitive, tier 3 is also growing much much faster. So there is competition everywhere. So like in my hometown, like 10 years ago, somebody, when somebody put shawarma for the first time, people used to go there because the town has not seen shawarma. The moment they see shawarma, oh, something is flame is something, chicken is getting flame grilled, people are slicing it, they're adding mayonnaise, they're rolling it, and it was fun. But today what can happen is, you can hire a shawarma master, I can hire a shawarma master, we both can open, and if you sell for 70 rupees and I want to compete with you for 60 rupees, then both of us are not going to make money here. So that is when, currently there is a huge necessity and need for entrepreneurs to come up with unique brands that either solves a need or desire of the consumers. So are you going to bring something as delightful as Meghna Foods, or are you going to bring something which is going to be so healthy for people? What is that you are going to solve? So every business falls into three categories: health, wealth, relationships. And especially food business, it falls between health or relationship. So if you are going to sell a salad brand, you say it's healthy. If you are saying biryani, 10 people sitting, it's a relationship driven experience, right? So what happens is, you need to make sure that you are creating something for an audience who needs something and are willing to the price which will make you profitable in good volumes, right? So longevity and then capability. In the capability, you should be a good brand builder.
India. Okay.
And there is no blueprint that can tell you that you do this in these many years you will succeed. No, but for an established business we have certain timelines, like a fine dine restaurant will break even in 24 months, a bar or a pub would a microbrewery, these kind of things would break even in 36 months, and a cloud kitchen could break even in 8 to 12 months, a QSR will break even in 15 to 18 months. These are industry terminologies, provided you are profitable. So to say that you are a profitable brand, you have to reach that level, right? So for somebody it's 5 years, somebody it is 10 years, somebody it is 8 years. But one thing I can say, I have rarely seen somebody who said that I made it so soon. I have rarely seen anybody. Even if you see Rameshwaram Cafe today, people are like, the brand got launched in 2020, if I am not wrong, and it became so viral. And people said, oh, it's a luck. He started something, he put some podi and he poured ghee on top, and he has all the luck in the world, he became successful. I also started to believe that. Then once I dig deeper inside and check the history of the founder, he is already a part of board of directors of another established South Indian restaurant chain. And for some reason he had differences, he had to come out of that board, and then he had to come up with his own brand. And initially he started with a roadside dosa food truck, and it took more than 10 years for him to find out Rameshwaram Cafe, which is what we call as luck. But to find his luck, he has paid at least whatever we know we are talking. Whatever we do not know, that also, it also exists actually. I mean, we have absolutely no idea what are the other worst things he might have gone through. So there is no template. Even though I am a coach, even though I encourage people to get into the industry, but I don't false promise them. I want to either find entrepreneurs who has the right mindset, or if somebody has the interest or passion, I want to educate them in a way where this is how it is going to work. If you're up for it, then please, you're welcome. So until you hit your sweet spot, yeah. And if I can tell you quickly one more example now to answer your question, I'm not sure if you have seen this Founder movie, which is the story of McDonald's. Have you seen that?
No, I'm not
Okay,
a
let
movie
me tell
freak,
that.
so sorry.
Got it. So it is not. I mean, it's not about movie. It's about the founder, but which they took as a movie. So I'll try to summarize the 2.5 hour movie into a 1 minute summary. So McDonald's was actually founded by a couple of brothers in US with lot of passion and love, exceptional design of the business. And there was this milkshake selling guy who goes to McDonald's to sell his milkshake machine. Okay, and both the guys were not so interested to buy. Then slowly they placed an order for 6 machines. This guy who was selling the milkshake machine usually struggles to sell a single machine. And when these guys said we want to place 6 machines, this guy got really he started to wonder who will order 6 machines. Yeah, what kind of business they do. So he goes there and realizes that McDonald's is really killing it there, with 3 items: hamburger, fries, and coke. Okay, but this guy wants to scale this brand, so he requests both the guys, the founders, to please franchise. They said, we are not here to make money. We have passion to give good food to people. That's why we are doing. So we don't want to scale. Then finally he convinces them to franchise it, and he signs up their master franchisee. Then he start to franchise out McDonald's everywhere in the US. And finally, after franchising McDonald's to every possible place, this guy was under a loss. Which guy I'm saying? Ray Kroc, who pushed the McDonald brothers to franchise. Okay, so finally when Ray Kroc lost all his energy and momentum and he was about to give up, he kept his home in mortgage to fund this business for the expansion and everything. He collects franchise fee, royalty, everything. On top of that, he was still under loss. So at one point his home had to be it was about to be taken by the banks. And he goes to the bank, argues, and once he comes out, there was this financial expert who listened this whole conversation between Ray Kroc and the bank. And this guy comes and tells, you are in the wrong business. To Ray Kroc, he's telling, you do not know which business you are into. He was like, excuse me, I don't want your advice. I know, even though the guy's home is going to go to mortgage, his ego was like, I don't want your advice. Then still this guy convinces him, I want to see your books. So they go to the office, and when they see the book, this guy, the finance guy, asks the question to Ray Kroc, where is cash in these books? I don't see cash flow in these books. This is a bleeding business. You don't make money by taking a 15% cut in a 1.5 cent burger. You never make money taking a 15% cut selling a 1.5% burger, 1.5 cent burger. You actually make money from the land that makes this burger. So I want you to buy lands everywhere possible, and whenever you franchise, the agreement with your franchisee is that they are it is a mandate that they should take only your land to build a McDonald's. So they are forced to sign up a lease with you for 10 years, and you get money even before the structure is built, hitting your bank account. So now you don't make money only from the royalty, but from the land by leasing. And also, tomorrow if your franchisee is not going to obey to your guidelines and rules and everything, you tell them that if you don't follow, your lease will be cancelled. And once the lease is cancelled, the franchise agreement will go void. So you get money also, you get complete control of your franchisee also. This is how you do business, and which actually made way for McDonald's as a brand in the rest of the history, right? So this founder had to bleed, had to open 100 outlets, had to make loss, and finally find that my money is not in selling burgers, but in the land which sells burgers, you know.
Yeah.
So to get this kind of acumen, it takes years of time. You don't get
Got it.
all this acumen on your day one. So you should be
Yeah.
able to play it long, but not for the sake of taking loans and bleeding and continuing, but keep improvising, keep learning, keep reading books, keep learning from other mentors. These are the qualities I have seen from every successful entrepreneur in the industry.
Okay. So going back, longevity, capability, and maybe lifelong learning.
Lifelong
Nice.
learning. You should be a lifelong learner.
Mm.
Every day I read books. Every day I listen to audio books. Every day I keep upskilling myself. Even tomorrow, if I want to delegate something, I should be knowing the domain as deep as possible so that it's easy for me to delegate. So the building process takes so long. And also realizing that there is no shortcut for success in the industry. The
Yep.
easiest shortcut is to make sure that you do all the right things, and until you hit the sweet spot, you keep running. That is the easiest shortcut. Anything otherwise is actually not a shortcut to win, but maybe a shortcut to die.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also one more
Absolutely.
thing
Yes.
is to listening to the consumer feedback. When you are building something, you keep the customers in mind and build. A lot of times what people do, right? I'm good at millet baking. I'm a healthy home baker. I don't use sugar. I use only jaggery. I don't use maida. I use millet. I don't use palm oil. I use this oil, that oil. It's all good, but it is not you who decides what your customers want to eat. It is the customers who decides what they want to eat.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
there is a
You
Coke.
can make a good product, but finally, if there is nobody to buy, then it's not of
Acceptance matters.
value. Yeah.
Acceptance matters. If you see the Tamil Nadu politics, there is a highly intellectual, on the ground politician, Seaman, and there is somebody who jumps directly from the movie. And for people, if you see from people, they don't need your intellectual advice. For them, a known face is enough. So it's the people who decide. One may be highly intelligent, one may be like just famous, but finally it is the people who decide. Now, if the intelligent one really wants to win, that person needs to see how can I attract people. So it's at the end, it's all the people and the customers who decide our victories. You have a Coca-Cola, you have a tender coconut water. Coca-Cola sells
Yeah.
crazily. You
It's
can
up
put
to
a
the
cap on the
consumer
market
to
of
decide
Coke.
whether he wants to pick up Coca-Cola or tender coconut,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
Coke sells a lot. You have a market
Mm.
cap for Coke. You cannot say that how much tender coconut water sells. That poor thing, every year only during summer it sells a lot, and it is
Yeah.
completely
Yes.
unorganized, unstructured. Whereas Coke is organized, structured. They have a marketing team, distribution,
Yeah.
everything. So does it mean that Coke is healthy and tender coconut water is not healthy? Absolutely
Yeah.
not. It
It's
is the
like, yeah.
customers who decides to drink Coke, not it's the poor tender coconut water, which is not sold a
Yes.
lot, but it is the customer who decides what they want to drink. So when you build the brand, you see your customer, take the feedback and give what they want. Or if you don't want to give them what they want, convince them why they should buy the one you are offering. But
Yeah.
either ways, it's
Absolutely.
the
Yeah.
consumer. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It's like selling alcohol, right? Even it is written on that it is injurious for
Yeah,
health, then it is the consumer who can buy that. So that's how
exactly,
it works.
exactly.
All right. So I think when we were talking, you mentioned multiple times the word brand. And
Hmm.
even in this report that we started with, there is a statistic that the independent restaurants
Hmm. Hmm.
are the biggest market share owners, like 70-75% is still kind of independent brands or independent restaurants, not really established brands. So I think there is a huge gap between established brands and the independent restaurant owners. For somebody who wants to, let's say, build a brand, oh, where to start? What are your experience on that?
So, in my mentorship, we have a 1 year mentorship program. Whoever joins, the first thing we ask them to do is write your unique positioning statement. So you have to define something like, what am I going to be doing different that is going to make me a standout brand in the market. Example, I have a mentee, her name is Ruchika, and she's the founder of a brand called Crumwich. So see how she has positioned it. She's telling, I am India's first gelato based sandwich brand. Like, she has cookie ice cream sandwich, brioche ice cream sandwich, croissant ice cream sandwich. She's telling, like, you get gelato everywhere, you get croissant everywhere, but if you want a croissant ice cream sandwich, you get only from me. So she's the pioneer in this category that she has created. And if you see the brand name, it's saying Crumwich. I asked why Crumwich. Maggie is not the name of an item. Noodle is actually the name of the item, not Maggie. But people normally say, I eat Maggie, I want to eat Maggie. Maggie has become a household name, just like Xerox. Even though it is photocopy, people made it Xerox. The same way she said, I want people, whoever eats whichever brand's ice cream sandwich, they should start calling it as Crumwich. Because Crumwich is a product which I invented. Something like that, she wanted to do in India. So this is an example. So what you are going to try different. So when everybody was starting biryani, right? There is this brand called Potful who said, freshly dum cooked biryani for you. So we are not going to prepare biryani in batches. Our pre-preparation is ready. Only when you place the order, it will be dum cooked. So it will take 40-45 minutes for you to get the biryani, because only after you place the order, we are going to cook. And it is done in a clay pot. So this is the positioning. So what are the ways in which you can make yourself differentiate, different in the market, is the need of the day, I believe. Because when we were child, like in my childhood, if I get a very good parota, salna from a place, it used to be a huge luxury. The dosa, sambar, kottu parota. Eating outside itself was a luxury. So you don't care about what is the name of the brand. You don't care about what is their logo. You don't care about what is the color. You don't care about brand recall, brand connection, nothing. Food is good, brands are built because competition was less. But now, food is good is no more a qualification factor for any brands to succeed. Okay, food is good, that is mandatory. Otherwise, don't be in the business. Okay, food is good. What next? What else? You have to answer that. And you have to come up with something unique for which your customer should be ready to pay, and in good frequency. If you are going to sell a product for 500, usually let's say a sandwich you can get in the market for 150, you are coming up with a gourmet sandwich like artisanal bread, sourdough bread, everything, 500, great. But are you able to sell it in good numbers to break even and achieve your operational profits and everything? If not, again, it's a problem. So good product for the right customer with the right price in good volumes. It is like food industry is like composing music. Like for Indian movies, like the composers compose music, Ilayaraja, A.R. Rahman and all. You know the situation, you know who's going to watch the movie. According to that, you create a tune. Now you get a lyricist who understands the movie situation and the audience, and the lyricist writes the tune, and you write a orchestration. Now everybody's playing their instruments. Now the singer should pronounce the lyrics in the right tune, and the orchestration should be in the sync. And only if everything happens all at once at the right time, then you hear a pleasing music. Same thing with food industry. Product is good, no marketing, failure. Marketing is good, no acceptance, every dot should connect, and you cannot, I cannot say that these are the dots, you keep the dots and connect. You have to keep all your dots, and somehow you have to find ways to connect.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned operational profit. What is operational profit? How do you make your operation efficient, mainly from the context of cloud kitchens?
See, there are two aspects, to the break even. I mean, post break even, what you get is profit, right? So break even is a mandate which is essential for any successful business. So there are two aspects to the break even. One is the operational break even, and another is the capital break even. So month on month, you should be able to recover your expenses. That is your operational break even. But let's say you have invested a capital of 1 crore, and you have to, let's say you make a profit of 5 lakhs a month, for example. It will take 19-20 months for you to take that money back through these profits, which is the capital break even. So without an operational break even, you can never dream about the capital break even. So the step number one is to focus on the operational break even, and then operational profits. Post the break even is profit, and then you can track your growth. Okay, if I go like this, like how many new customers I'm acquiring, how many customers I'm retaining, what is my order growth, what is my revenue growth, what is my average order value growth, how is my cost optimization done month on month. These are the things that will help you to move towards your operational break even and capital break even.
That's right. So I think maybe this is kind of an by default question nowadays. How is this new tech like AI and robotics is going to help in improving operational efficiency in the food service?
See, I'll tell you one example. More than the successful entrepreneurs in the industry, there are more struggling and failing entrepreneurs. And
Learn
you
from your
go and
failures.
see the
I said we should learn from the failures to be successful, right? So, yeah.
So if you see the common pattern of all the failing entrepreneurs, you will be able to notice a lot of common patterns. One is like most of the people don't know their P&L. P&L is the heart of the business. You do the business to make money in the first place, but the industry is so complex, the operations are so complex, the way the whole business operates is complex. So 80% of the people, when I ask, they do not know their P&L. Without knowing the P&L, you cannot measure, are you growing, are you failing, whatever it is. And why they don't do the P&L, we have to see. It's a lot of effort to collect all the data, inventory management, maintaining the records of all the purchases, and digitizing everything. It's a lot of effort. So people are like, I have already so much of work, who will do all this, that kind of thing. They'll think next month I'll do, 5 years will go. But now how AI has really changed this thing is, whatever which were, what are the things that were absolutely impossible before Gen AI has really flipped everything upside down, I would say. Example, now I don't have to maintain an Excel template to create my P&L. I can go to Claude or Perplexity or ChatGPT. I can say, I have purchased these many items, these are my purchase value, and this is my sale value, this is my salary that I paid, this is the rent, this is the electricity. Just input everything and say, calculate my profit and loss for the month of April 2026. It will give you as best as possible without an Excel template. So AI has made it really easy. So if I have to write a description for my menu, previously I had to be very good in English to write. But now if I tell AI that I'm going to use this description in my online menu in Swiggy, it should be within these many characters. It should be tempting my customers to order. It should win their trust in terms of ingredients. So this is how we prepare. Now give me a description. It gives a description, right? And you can use it. So AI now made almost lot of things effortless. In our mentorship community, we don't go to any external branding agencies. Usually branding agencies charge 5 lakhs 7 lakhs like that, because branding is not easy. It takes a lot of time and effort. But now I have created a framework. People fill the inputs and they take a prompt and they go to Claude, and it gives them a brand name, a brand story, tagline, USP, and then menu items, costing, pricing, margin, everything AI is giving.
Okay.
So it is eliminating need for lot of external knowledge which was kept confidential, or kept what do I say, limited for so long.
Non-accessible to so many people, right? Now it is
Non-accessible.
access. Now it is
Now it is
accessible to
not.
everybody. Yeah.
Yeah. So AI has really changed so many things. So
Mhm.
now at least you can focus on the food. And we talk about innovation, right? How are you going to
Mhm.
be unique? So
Yeah.
there also AI can come into picture. Let's say you want to start a Mexican food brand, and you say that there are already established chains like, let's say, California Burrito. Now you are passionate about Mexican food, but you already have an established brand. Now you go to AI and say, I want to start a Mexican food, but there is an established player. What can I do different? Maybe the AI might suggest you a Indian fusion Mexican, like a chettinad chicken taco, a chettinad chicken burrito, all the a butter chicken taco, all these things. So I'm not saying the innovation and ideation is very difficult, but it takes weeks and months of time usually.
Yep.
Now, if I sit full-fledged one day with AI, I think I can create a unique brand which can completely stand out in the market. So AI is helping in brand building,
Mm-hmm.
menu
Mm-hmm.
description, social media copywriting,
Mm-hmm.
content creation
What,
for your business.
mhm. What is changed inside the kitchen really with this new tech like digital transformation, AI,
Mhm.
robotics? How it
Mhm.
is helping organizing the kitchen itself?
Especially if you see bulk cooking, right? Example, I'll tell
Mm-hmm.
you, like if you want to make a ginger garlic paste,
Mm-hmm.
usually, they used to do like they chop the ginger, they chop the garlic, and then they take the mixer grinder, and
Mm-hmm.
small quantity they keep doing until they want the quantity that is needed
Mm-hmm.
for the operation for that particular day or two. But if you are a big kitchen now, you have machines which can
Mm-hmm.
effortlessly chop vegetables and then create, I mean, produces ginger garlic paste. This is one example. To chop onions, you have
Mm-hmm.
machines. If you want to do momos, you have machines. You
Mm-hmm.
want to do chapati fulka, you have machines. So
Mm-hmm.
machines made mass production effortless without
Yeah.
depending a lot on labors. And also standardization. You said initially that 75% we see standalone, 25% chains. Those
Yeah.
25% are the ones which heavily uses automation, robotics, standardization, and everything.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So you can cook a biryani in a wood
Mm-hmm.
fire. You can cook a biryani in gas stove in a handi,
Yeah.
wood fire or
Yeah.
gas stove in a handi. But
Yeah.
modern brands cook biryani in combi oven.
Oven.
So they put rice, they put meat, protein, they put
Mm-hmm.
masala, they add water, turn on the button, 45 minutes biryani is ready.
Yeah.
So you don't need to hire a, if you have to hire a biryani master for, let's say, 40,000 rupees salary per month, in a year you would be end up paying 4,80,000 rupees. For
Mm-hmm.
that budget, you get a combi oven that can do a biryani without a chef, without a
Yes.
cooking master basically. So the cooking process is actually eased a lot, but at the
Yep.
same time, the soul of the food or the biryani lies in the recipe itself. So that
That's
that part still somebody has to do. Somebody has to do trials, proportion, right proportion. You have to still experiment and do, because AI can give you five different biryani recipes, but you have to get it right and give it to 10 people to get the feedback, right? So a lot of things, technology has made a lot of things easier. So I'll tell you an example of a butter chicken. Okay, if you have to create if you have to do butter chicken in any typical Indian kitchen, the process is like they create something called a makhni gravy, tomato makhni gravy. So they take 20 kg, 40 kg, 60 kgs of tomato. They create a puree out of it, by grinding in Sujata mixer in small batches. They put it and then they cook it for hours. It's labor intensive, fuel intensive, and time intensive. Time, fuel, labor. But now I can work with the food manufacturer. I can give the manufacturer my recipe. I can mass cook everything in the form of a retort technology and retort packaging. So 330 kgs of gravy they will do in one batch. 330 kg, 1 ton. They do in one batch and put it into 1 kg retort packs with the shelf life of 1 year. No preservative, no refrigeration, no color, no monosodium glutamate. It is just the technology which gives you something with a 1 year shelf life. Which now, if you have to use a butter, previously you have to put lot of effort to create the makhni gravy. Then you will take the makhni gravy, put your paneer, your seasoning, and you do the cooking. Lot of effort. You put protein, butter masala, paneer or chicken, whatever. But
but that's so
now,
much of saving in food wastage. I think if it is
yeah,
that.
food wastage, optimization, cost standardization, because tomato price will vary every time, but the manufacturer will give me same price. He knows how to, maintain that because it's cooked in bulk quantity. So now if I have to do a butter chicken, I open the makhni gravy packet, I put it into a utensil, I add 1 kg of this gravy and 1 kg of water. I mix it, my makhni gravy is ready in no time. Now the base gravy is already ready, right? But again, the final product that I'm giving, that is going to be based on the amount of salt I use, the cream I use, the quality of the chicken I use, and the time it is cooked, multiple parameters. But it has already saved me 60-70% of my work with the help of technology. So,
Yeah, that's very interesting. So I think personally, I'm more concerned about wasting food. So if anything that helps in avoiding food wastage, then that's really good. It's good to have such technologies.
yeah, see, food wastage is something which is a very big concern, maybe at homes or smaller businesses. But if you see like bigger businesses, right, food wastage is never a problem. Meghna Foods will keep on going sold out and they keep preparing batches. Once you hit your rhythm, right, there is no scope for food wastage and worry in your kitchen. The problem is when you are not able to sell it, that is when you go through all these problems.
All right, Karthik. So if somebody wants to reach out to you
Mm.
to get help or get your mentorship, maybe
Mm.
you can share your details. We'll put it in the description for our
Yeah, yeah.
listeners to get in touch with you for sure. I think we have come to the end. Maybe before I let you go, I will ask this traditional question in this podcast. The question is based on your own personal journey. What is the one thing that
Mm.
made you think differently based on your journey, which was not the case before?
If I have to see one thing, that is, I was not having the luxury to give up. So a lot of times, people who have, let's say, a lot of positive money in the form of wealth, assets, hell lot of money. Those are the ones I have seen. They start something, they don't see profit, they quit. At least majority, I would say, because they are like they already have made so much of money. Their intention is either to grow it or at least safeguard it. So they try to grow it, and if they cannot, they make sure that they don't want to lose at least. They don't want to lose more. Even let's say they have lost 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs, 50 lakhs. They are like, okay, some money we have lost. Let's make sure that at least the rest we keep it and we focus on some other industry. But for me, there was my first own brand. 2018, I started with a fried chicken outlet. 2019, I started my own brand. First 4 5 months, it was heavy loss, and I wanted to quit. But my investment was also less, 5 lakh rupees.
Yeah.
That time my take home salary was, I think, somewhere 62,000 or something. So I told my wife, I go to office. I mean, I continue job for another 8 9 months. Whatever money we lost, we can recover. Let's assume that we have put this money in Tirupati Hundial, or let's assume that somebody has stolen this money, and let's move on. Let's move forward. But she said, you are saying it's after all 5 lakh rupee, but nobody has given this after all 5 lakh rupee to us. It is a hard earned money. So you cannot say that I want to start business, I will start. I want to close it, I'll close. Whenever you want, you will start. Whenever you want to close, you will. That cannot happen like that. So find ways to succeed is what she told, for which she is regretting now, because she likes the employee version of me more than the entrepreneur version. But the thing is, the option of not even having the luxury to quit is what made me to discover the things which I would have never ever imagined even in my dreams. That is because, when I read this in the book Diary of a CEO by Stephen Bartlett, there are 33 laws that he has written for business, life, relationship, etc. And in that, one of the laws says you must be a plan A thinker. So the moment you say plan B, you are already not 100% sure about your plan A. So if it fails, I will go back to my job. If it fails, I do something else. The moment you say if it fails, you already failed. So it is like plan A is plan A, I'll figure it out no matter what. Lot of people ask me like, from where you got the idea of becoming a business coach? How you started your content creation journey? How you got the idea of doing podcast? No, I was never born with all these ideas, because I was in this industry, I was failing, I had to win, I was obsessed, and finally I found all this because I had the mind to explore and I had the hunger to win, which made me to win. So you cannot say that if it doesn't work, I'll do that. And you cannot have, I also realized that goals cannot be small, which is another thing I learned from one of my other mentors, Grant Cardone from US. He's an ambassador for 10x. So when I listened to his audio book 10x Goals, I think the title I don't remember. He said keep 10x goals. He said when it comes to goal setting, when people say let's be realistic, what do you mean by let's be realistic? This let's be realistic is a thing which is an excuse we want to tell ourselves for not doing more. So you keep a 10x goal. Let's say you are not able to achieve. You have achieved only 5x, which is still better than your average 1x goal, which you would have otherwise kept. So have bigger goals, have unrealistic goals, and run towards it. So all these things made me today one of the successful, I would say, business coaches in the country. I would say top 1% coaches in the country, and also the top 1% restaurant coaches in the world, and also world's first AI powered food business coach. You should learn persistence and everything, because in this movie Pursuit of Happiness there is this one dialogue in which the father advises the son, don't let anybody else tell that you cannot do a certain thing. If you want it, go get it, period. Right? So persistence, and then continuous learning, longevity, and then everything else follows. And you have to do things which you feel that these are the things that are going to give me growth, but I'm not comfortable doing that. You should be trying to become comfortable in doing uncomfortable things. I think these are the things that makes me who I am, and not taking it for granted for so long will also shape up and will also demonstrate how I am going to be in the next several years. I am not taking the current moment for granted. I'm always thinking ahead, so that is also important. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, with that powerful note, Karthik, thank you. Thanks for your time. I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much for sharing all these insights and experience to the viewers. I hope it is going to be helpful. And if three people, watch this and ping me that I have taken this note from your podcast and it's helpful, then I am the happiest person. Thank you so much for having me, Chandru.